Today, we will talk about SEC Form 10-Q, definition, deadlines for filing, and components. SEC Form 10-Q is a comprehensive report of financial performance that must be submitted quarterly by all public companies to the Securities and Exchange Commission. In the 10-Q, firms are required to disclose relevant information regarding their finances as a result of their business operations. The 10-Q is generally an unaudited report. A 10-Q must be filed for each of the first 3 quarters of the company's fiscal year. Federal securities laws mandate that publicly traded companies provide certain information to shareholders and the general public. These disclosures may occur periodically or as specific events occur. A company utilizes Form 10-Q, one of many required by the SEC, upon the completion of each quarter to release unaudited financial statements and give an overview of the company's financial situation. The exact filing dates depend on the organization's fiscal year, but it is necessary to file 3 10-Q reports each year. A 10-Q for the final quarter of the year is not required. After the 4th quarter, a company files Form 10-K, an annual report, instead. This report, unlike the 10-Q, is audited and tends to contain more details. The deadline for filing a 10-Q varies and depends on the number of outstanding shares a company has. A company filing a 10-Q is classified in one of 3 categories. Its category is determined by its public float, that is, the portion of outstanding stock that is in the hands of the public, and not held by officers, owners, or the government. Essentially, the float is comprised of all of a company's freely traded common stock shares. The largest companies are classified as large accelerated filers. To meet this requirement, the organization must have at least $700 million in public float. If the company meets this requirement, it has 40 days after the close of the quarter to file its 10-Q. Accelerated filers are companies with at least $75 million in public float but less than $700 million. Accelerated filers also have 40 days to file the 10-Q. Finally, non-accelerated filers are companies with less than $75 million of public float. These companies have 45 days from the end of the quarter to file the 10-Q. Here are 5 key takeaways. 1. SEC Form 10-Q is a comprehensive report of financial performance submitted quarterly by all public companies to the Securities and Exchange Commission. 2. Form 10-Q contains financial statements, management discussion and analysis, disclosures, and internal controls for the previous quarter. 3. Companies must file their 10-Qs 40 or 45 days after the end of their quarters, depending on the size of their public float. 4. A snapshot of the company's financial position. Form 10-Q provides investors with information they can compare to previous periods and use to evaluate the outlook for the stock's performance. 5. Form 10-Q is not an audited statement, unlike the annual Form 10-K companies are also required to file. Hope this would help. Thanks for watching.